Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle and I am here to do a reading for Cancer. This is you. This is about you and the person you're dealing with. Mainly, we're looking at who you're dealing with. Can be romantic, doesn't have to be. This can be, pretty much anybody who's front and center for you right now. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. And yeah, let's just dive right in. Here we go. And JoJo made it. Thank you so much for being here. And thanks to all of you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Lightseers deck. And the overall situation is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, things moving very slowly. How does this person see you? The Fool. I don't believe they see you as a fool, but as the Fool. How do they feel about you? Five of Swords. Dun, dun, dun. What do they want? The Hermit. Virgo energy. Oh, there's a good indication of why it's moving so slowly. What's the challenge here? Nine of Pentacles. Potential outcome. The World. Closing out a cycle. Okay. And bottom of the deck, we've got Judgment. Judgment and the World. Yeah. It feels like you're kind of on this track of, I don't know, doing something new, taking a leap of faith towards yourself ultimately, but towards something that's exciting and new and different, and your person is having a hard time with this. Maybe you're going off in another direction and they feel like you've left them behind, or you haven't shared your plans with them. Maybe they feel like you're sabotaging them. I don't know. Let's clarify. There's definitely there's this reflection on what's happened. A lot of reflection. Judgment and the Hermit. Trying to gain some kind of wisdom or understanding around this dynamic. So I'm going to clarify with my Dreaming Way Tarot. All right. So, by the way, I just want to mention that if you happen to read tarot, or you know the cards in some way, feel free to read them in a way that fits your story. This is from my perspective. I'm interpreting what I see, but it may be different for you. So go with your feelings about it, your gut instinct, because that's going to be right for you. Okay, so this Fool, sorry, not the Fool, the Knight of Pentacles, is clarified by the Knight of Swords, the slowest energy and the fastest energy. Eight of Swords, and the 10 of Swords. Okay. It's like maybe things were moving really quickly at some point, or this person, They were coming in real quick with some kind of message, um, and it was like, okay, yes, I'm gonna go forward. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna talk to cancer, whatever's going on. But then they got tripped up by some kind of negative self-talk. It's like going really fast, and then negative self-talk, and they've I feel like they've kind of convinced themselves that either they've convinced themselves that they need to close out the cycle, that somehow you betrayed them, or that um they're doing this, where they're on some kind of mission to, like, um right some wrong, or to, yeah, because of this anxiety, all this anxiety around something that's happened, or I guess potentially is going to happen. I don't know, because this it's like going really fast, and then hitting that brick wall, and then it's like, okay, getting off my horse, and now I'm just walking. I'm slowing down. Okay, all these crazy thoughts have me up in my head. I can't see straight. I can't think straight. So I'm just going to take my time. Going really fast. Now I'm going really slow, because of some fear of betrayal. Could be the kind of thing where, somebody's all excited to bring a message, and then um they just, yeah, it's sabotage. They get in their own way. Maybe they actually, um they end up I I was gonna say, maybe they end up betraying you. I think I've probably already said this, but um I think it's more about a fear of betrayal. And so they're just like, okay, let's just take this one teensy little step at a time, to the point of, sometimes the Knight of Pentacles stops for a while. That, it can be slow to non-movement. There's a lot of that energy here. So how they see you is the Fool. The Fool is clarified by the Two of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Empress. Well, Taurus and Libran energy, um, they see you as living your best life, as moving towards some kind of new, emotionally fulfilling beginning. You're most interested in loving, you know, giving everyone in your world as best as you can, unconditional love, and nurturing, caring. Maybe there's somebody in there's a choice here. So you're choosing love. You're choosing a place of power, personal power, knowing who you are. The Empress kind of always speaks to me of a glow up, or just being your most awesome self and knowing it, but not in a, um uh, kind of low vibe way. I can't think of the right word, but where you're content and happy with who you are, and you're choosing this. You want to show up in the world in this very positive, optimistic way, where you're sharing the love, and yeah, I feel like this person Feel well, we'll see. We'll see. Cuz that's how they see you. See, basically, living your best life and moving on to some kind of new beginning and being very excited about it. So, how they feel about you is the 5 of swords, clarified by the 2 of pentacles, the ace of wands, and the 7 of cups. Okay. And by the way, roles can be reversed. You know, I try to, say what I see um, from all sides, but sometimes, I miss it. So if you're like, no, they're the ones doing it, of course, apply it as it resonates for you. But ultimately, this is, it's like they have some kind of passion for you. They want a passionate beginning with you, but this is how they feel about you. They may have some choices. 2 of Pentacles, we have juggling. 7 of Cups, options. There's, you know, th- it could be where they just don't know what they want. They see you, they're very impressed by you. Maybe they have you up on a pedestal. And I kind of get the impression they just w- there's kind of an 8 of swords vibe here. Like we're it's the 5 of swords. We're moving on up into that mental prison. This because it's sabotage. It's self I have to say it again, self-sabotage where maybe they don't feel like they deserve you and so they're looking around at other options simply because they're like, how could it ever work with Cancer? There's got to be someone, and maybe they're not thinking this consciously, but kind of thinking there's got to be someone that's a little further down the ladder, more on my level. And it's too bad because they may be a great person, but they just don't see it. And so they're sabotaging themselves. And so they're just looking there that maybe they already have. This feels like a love reading, but it's it could be a friend, somebody who's like, well, I like hanging out with Cancer, but I I have these other friends who get me better, or I don't know, but either they don't make good choices for themselves, or they just have a lot of choices or options where they're like, you know, kind of the bottom of the barrel comes to mind. It's I feel like deep down they know what they're doing, but they can't help it because they don't feel good about who they are. Something like this. I mean, this is how they feel about you. I don't know. I feel like they feel very passionately for you. But here you are in this love energy and feeling optimistic, and they're somewhere else. They don't have that same vibration as you do. They're not on the same level. So so what do they want? The Hermit. Um Clarified by the Devil, Capricorn energy. The Hermit, I don't know if I said is Virgo energy. We've got the Fool again and the 9 of Swords. It's like they want to sabotage you. This is so stupid. It kind of feels like I get this kind of scenario of a kid who has a toy, who loves this toy, thinks it's the greatest toy, but doesn't want to share the toy and so breaks it on purpose so nobody else can play with it. Just- and it's causing them to reflect on this, or they're trying to figure out what their own deal is. Like there's obsession here. They're having a hard time sleeping. The fool, they see you as the fool. What do they want? They want you, but I mean, they want you in a pretty major way, but I don't know how genuine it is. There's passion here, certainly, but I don't see any heart. I don't see the love. And I think they might recognize this. Or maybe you're deciding to step back, not give them any energy, and that causes them to go within. Because of the 9 of swords, it's like, again, they don't feel like they deserve you, and so they could be sabotaging this connection. Inferiority complex to the 3rd degree. Um so this so the challenge is the 9 of pentacles. What is this? Queen of wands, page of swords, 8 of wands. The challenge is open, honest communication. I mean, b- leading it's like they're choosing to spy on you rather than just speak honestly and move things forward, because I think they're jealous. They're jealous of you. They think you're highly attractive. You're very dynamic. You go for what you want. You seem to be very happy on your own doing your own thing, which makes me think they're not. I mean, clearly they're not. Anybody who is anything but happy is going to do kind of this sabotaging, self-sabotaging behavior, or do it, I don't know, be it. It's like, yeah, like you're such a, like somebody choosing what's easy. It's they are choosing not to cultivate this because it feels too much. Like you're already good where you are. Like in a race where you've pulled so far ahead, they feel like there's no way they could ever catch up to you. And so they're just like, ah, whatever. I'm gonna hang back here and be in fifth place or whatever. Be in fifth place. It's once again, they feel like you're too good for them. And so all they can do is just sit there and spy on you and think about how great you are and how they wish they could communicate with you, tell you how they feel, or at least what they think. I don't know. Again, this person, it's an interesting person. So the potential outcome is the world, clarified by the 6 of swords, the hermit, for again, Virgo energy. and Six of Pentacles. Six of Swords and Six of Pentacles. The sixes come after the fives. The fives are about change. It's about, things happening in a way that forces some kind of, um, again, I'm having trouble with the word, but like it's it's coming out of the conflict or the tension. The change is positive. And the sixes are like, it's about resting, it's about rising again after some difficulty. These are clarifying the world. So you, potentially both of you, but at least one of you is is moving away from the conflict and the tension, not interested in engaging in toxic behavior and a toxic dynamic, wanting reciprocity, wanting equal give and take, but needing to go within, taking time away from everybody, going into seclusion, figuring you or this person kind of feels like this person, going within to figure something out. But you could as well, because you're like, look, I'm on track. I know what I want. I want to be happy. I want to experience love. Uh, so this could be you. I'm closing this out. It's like maybe this was kind of a test from the universe where it's very common for people with cancer in their chart, to be empaths and to attract narcissists or people with narcissistic behavior. And so you could have in your life encountered people like this many times. And this tells me, I feel like this is you. I feel like this outcome is specifically for you because you're just like, I don't know, maybe someone comes along and they kind of help you. Like you're all about that new beginning. So you're raising your vibration, and you you have people around you who are there to assist you, and who are able to reciprocate the love that you have to give. And it's like, okay, you finally passed. The world to me is like the universe being like, yay, you did it. Way to go. You finally passed. This is the graduation card, the moving on to a whole new level. And the fact that this is the outcome, potential outcome, because of course of course we all have free will, which trumps everything, but we have the full twice. So it's like you're so dedicated to this new, positive, exciting, happy, optimistic beginning that you finally move away from this person. Was a test, and you end up passing. You end up recognizing what's happening, what they're all about, probably having a lot of compassion for them, knowing that they're just acting from a wounded place, because that's ultimately what happens anytime people are shady or, you know, being weird. It's their own stuff that they haven't come to terms with. Hey, they need to do their shadow work apparently. So and so this judgment, I think, is you. You're just like, I'm moving on up. I'm releasing myself from any kind of binds that are constricting. Moving on to bigger and better pastures, as it were. Um, I'm gonna finish. I want to finish off with a chakra card. Just kind of feeling this. Kind of a final thing for you. Little resolution. Solar plexus chakra, autonomy, which is the challenge, but I don't know. I think you kind of you've got this handled. It says I move beyond the limits that my ancestor society and I have unconsciously placed upon me. I am free. Look at that. I am free. This too. I recognize myself as an autonomous being of infinite possibility and potential. I am free to shine my light and strengthen my ego as I discover my potential. I am a limitless being, free to shine my light and strengthen my ego as I discover my potential. Ego isn't a bad thing. There's no good or bad about ego. Ego is what helps us live in the world and interact with everyone and everything around us. The trick is not letting ego to have control. The real trick is making ego your friend or at least your ally, understanding that it's important that we have an ego for a reason, but also having the power and control over that part of yourself. The ego just wants to protect. That is its one main mission, protect at all costs. And this is you. This is about you saying to your ego, thanks. Thanks for trying to protect me. I really appreciate it. Actually, I'm really good. You're standing in your power. If you don't feel like it yet, you will. Just keep shining that light on yourself. And that is what's going to attract in. Shining light on yourself, that's what's going to attract in that new beginning that you are so dedicated to. Choosing love, choosing yourself. All right. There it is. I'm going to leave the reading there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And thank you again so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing.